Have you ever heard of Princess Kingdom? It was a children's show that aired on PBS in the late 80s, and if you mention it to anyone around 35 or 40 now, their faces usually light up. They remember Mother Princess with her soft, calming voice, that fluffy gown she always wore, and her endless kindness to the colorful puppets on the show. She was a nurturing fairy godmother figure who taught kids about sharing, kindness, and friendship. There were tapes for sale, lunchboxes, and even Mother Princess dolls that sang when you pressed their hand. But then, sometime in 1988, it all disappeared. Not only did the show stop airing, but every piece of merchandise vanished too. Toys, books, tapes, everything pulled from shelves overnight, as if it had never existed. For years, no one knew why. There were rumors about funding issues or creative differences, but anyone who tried to dig into it found nothing. Even the former cast and crew refused to talk, though whispers grew that they'd been paid a lot to keep quiet. But then, in 2009, a police report surfaced online. It had been a buried file in a half-abandoned online archive from the St. Louis Police Department, dated July 1988. According to the report, the actress who played Mother Princess, whose real name was Eleanor Kingsley, was found dead in her home. The report said she had died from what they called self-inflicted injuries, though they were oddly specific about the position of her body and the cuts on her arms and legs. It might have stayed just another morbid internet curiosity, if not for the rumors that kept swirling afterward. Soon, snippets of gossip and alleged inside info from anonymous sources began popping up in forums and early creepypasta boards. Some of the details sounded like they had come from people who had worked on the set or in production. And for those who kept reading, a sickly picture started to form. Eleanor Kingsley, the beloved Mother Princess, wasn't just a sweet actress. She had a dark past, hidden behind her gentle smile and wide-eyed makeup. According to the rumors, Kingsley was known among certain circles as different, the kind of person who made friends with the wrong people, including a few well-connected men with a reputation for indulgences. There were whispers that she had ties to certain underground groups, and some claimed she was a ringleader, using her influence in the industry to cover up horrible things. Though no one ever knew exactly what these horrible things were, the hints were enough to paint a disturbing picture. But here's where things get weird. According to one anonymous poster, a janitor from the PBS studio who claimed to work on the Princess Kingdom set, the show's last episode was filmed just a few days before her death. Apparently, something was wrong during the taping. Eleanor was wearing the Mother Princess costume, but her face was reportedly gaunt and pale, her eyes sunken and ringed with dark circles. She spoke slower than usual, almost like she was in a trance, and instead of her usual affectionate tone, she had a slight edge in her voice, It was just enough for the crew to feel uncomfortable, though they dismissed it as her just having a bad day. The janitor said that right after the show ended, Eleanor looked directly into the camera and muttered something under her breath. Something like, "I'm already gone." The camera kept rolling, and apparently she stared at the lens in dead silence for a full minute before someone turned it off. The studio never aired the episode. In fact, no one's seen that footage since. A few years ago, a snippet of what might be from that lost episode surfaced online, uploaded by a user who claimed to have gotten it from a flea market in rural Indiana. The video quality was grainy, warped, and it was hard to see clearly, but it showed Mother Princess staring right into the camera. Her voice, barely above a whisper, said, "They're coming for you next." The video had weird cuts and flashes, and some claimed to see faces in the shadows behind her. Within days of being posted, the video vanished from every platform. No re-uploads, no mirror links, just gone. Afterward, strange things started happening to people who'd watched it. They'd hear whispering voices at night, strange muffled laughter that sounded eerily familiar. Some reported seeing shadowy figures at the edges of their vision, just out of focus. And then, the strangest part, if you watched the video, you'd start noticing Princess Kingdom merchandise where it shouldn't be. Like an old, dusty lunchbox on a high shelf at a thrift store, or a Mother Princess doll peeking out from a pile of toys at a garage sale. Some people even claimed the dolls would turn to face them as they walked by. One Reddit user swore he found a Mother Princess VHS at a Goodwill labeled Banned Episode, and against his better judgment brought it home. He said it didn't even fit into his player right, but after a few minutes of static, it played. The audio was muffled, almost drowned out by what sounded like chanting. And when Mother Princess came on screen, she wasn't smiling. She looked gaunt, hollow-eyed, and angry. She stared directly at the camera, and when she finally spoke, her voice was a harsh whisper. "I'm not here to help you. Not anymore." The post was deleted an hour later, and the user hasn't posted since. If you ever come across Princess Kingdom or any Mother Princess memorabilia, just leave it alone. Eleanor Kingsley may be dead, but whatever she left behind, it's not resting peacefully. And if you ever hear that familiar voice whispering, "I'm already gone," then you're too late.